It was night outside, thunder rumbling. A man with a murderous look was heading with a gun into a building. There on the throne sat an old man shrouded in flames, who could not understand how the man dared to disturb him. The man went inside and said he had no other choice. The old man was angry because in his opinion the man had crossed the line. In fact, the old man was the guy's master, and he was very offended by the attempt. The hero, on the other hand, was angry at the master for killing a huge number of innocent people. The old man prepared for a fight and ordered the guy to attack. The hero jumped up and went airborne to attack. He used a meteor flash, and the old man used a demonic vortex. Their attacks collided. Screaming with anger, they fought in the air in an unimaginable way. 7 years ago in Yunnan, the martial artist turned to the commander. The demon cult master asked how it went. The subordinate said he almost succeeded in killing that man. Falling from loss of strength, he admitted that shaving what he had done might not be enough. The old man was angry, as they were outnumbered twice as much as the enemy. The subordinate said that they had only managed to push the enemy troops back, but not far. The old man angrily turned around and gave the order for the members of the special unit to join the fight. The old man did not understand the negative reaction of the soldier, and he tried to explain that they decided to attack them from the rear. The old man ordered to divide the army into 2 parts, where one would attack and the other would defend the rear. At that time in the forest. At that time, the head of the special unit told the girl that they were advancing. She didn't understand why they weren't doing it together, but the man said it was an order. The man recognized that the leadership could be wrong and said that as soon as the signal was given, the people should start running away. The girl tried to object, but the man said it was an order. A battle started. The squad was surrounded. The man was very skillful in killing opponents with his weapon. Thanks to his strength, he was able to deal with a lot of enemies. A little while later, the squad was exhausted by the endless influx of enemies. The commander gave an order, and the subordinates said that they would hold off the enemies, and the commander should retreat. The commander said that they would all get out together, and if they failed, he would fight to the end. With these words, they went back into battle. The commander's men began to die. Because of fatigue, even the weakest opponents began to defeat them. The enemy who had just killed an ally tried to kill the commander, but the commander easily grabbed his head with his whip and ripped it off. The commander said they could get through. A second SWAT team arrived on the scene. The commander was surprised. Thanks to the support of the fresh squad, they managed to break through. In the end, they managed to escape, but the losses were terrible. Those who were lucky enough to survive were left crippled. The old man was angry that the girl violated the order, but still he did everything right, and he promoted her, and took under the leadership himself personally special squad. After the war, many more people died of disease and starvation. People were thin and emaciated. People found a way to eat, namely to wait until a military ship was destroyed and washed up on the shore, where they could eat the remains of the food. The boy reacted very quickly and immediately started climbing inside. When he got down to the bottom, he began to vomit, as he was surrounded by bodies that stank incredibly bad. The boy saw a beef jerky and immediately reached out to grab it. He started to eat it, but suddenly he heard a human voice behind him. Turning around, he saw a thin man. The hero immediately grabbed his sword and ordered the girl to leave. She began to cry, but the hero did not give in to her tricks. The girl held out her hand and started begging the guy to give her some food. The guy relented and gave her a piece. The hero ran out of the ship and grudgingly finished the last piece of meat. Turning around, the boy saw a crowd of people who startled him. The girl pointed at the hero and said that he shared a piece of meat with her. The hero did not understand what they wanted. The villagers began to approach. The girl assumed the guy had hidden more food and told the others. The guy showed the last piece and said that was all he had. The girl reminded the man she had brought in of their agreement, namely that he would give half of what he had stolen to her. Bald ordered his friends to beat the hero to give him everything he had, so they started kicking him, even though the boy said he didn't have any more. Baldy kept pushing the boy. He threatened to tear out the hero's tongue if he didn't tell. The boy hit his head on his jaw and repeated that he had nothing. The boy started to run away, and the girl told him not to let him go. Running away, the boy said that it is bad to envy others, but one of the boys used a stick and the hero fell down. The boy started kicking and beating again. They stopped for a while, and the bald man ordered his men to move away. He took a knife and was determined to deal with the boy himself. The guy told the bald man to duck, but he didn't understand why. Suddenly arrows came flying, killing one kid. The guy ducked so he wouldn't get hit, because the bald guy was already dead. It was an old man who yelled at the soldiers for using bows. The old man looked at the survivors who were scared. He also ordered to catch all the children. People started to run away, but they were quickly caught by their necks. The boy, seeing all this, quickly found a place to hide. He tiptoed into an old ship, but they caught him by the leg and started pulling him towards them. It's like these people were expecting kids to run in here. The old man complained that he had been catching children and plasma results for a long time. The old man said that such persistent catching of children, although most of them would die, the man said that only in this way would the quality be preserved. In Tashoem's evening, the hero took out a hidden knife and cut the rope. He started to run away, but a man on a horse jumped out in front of him. He asked where the boy was going. The boy started to run in panic, but the man kicked him in the stomach. The hero was intent on going to the sea. The man noticed this and ordered him to stop resisting. The boy was able to dodge the attacks and dive into the sea. But to the hero's dismay, he was grabbed by a rope by the neck and dragged ashore. The boy started coughing and saw other children crying. The man asked if the boy would surrender, and he remained silent, showing his consent. The children followed the men on horseback. One of the children fell down, and the hero asked the men to help him. But the soldier took out a crossbow and shot the boy, from which he died. The hero couldn't understand why these people were doing this. The man said that they would kill everyone who couldn't walk. Then the kid with the leg wound said he could walk. He tried to show he could, but the man pointed a crossbow at him. The hero shouted that he could help the child, but that didn't stop the soldier, and he mercilessly killed the child. Seeing the corpse of the child, the hero was very angry. He looked at the people who had done such a thing and promised revenge. They continued on their way. Now they were between two rocks that the hero noticed. Suddenly he crashed into a horse, which stopped abruptly. The man said that they were about to go up the cliff. He also said that the archers were always ready to kill them. The man jumped up, and the children could not understand at all how to repeat it to them. The hero was determined to climb the mountain in no time. He started climbing the rock, and the bald man remembered his hatred for the kid. He was determined to eliminate the hero. Picking up a rock, he aimed at the hero. The kid managed to get back up against the wall, but the other kids fell. The girl told the hero to keep going and went to the top. In the end, only a few children were able to climb up. The man was glad that they were up and ordered them to go to the elders and trainers. The children started to run, and the man hesitated. The last to rise were the girl and the hero. The man congratulated the boy for surviving. He pointed to a place and said that the hero should go that way. In that direction was a gate that said "Welcome to Hell." That scared the hero a little bit. Although more than 100 children were caught, 10 from one group and 11 from the other group managed to survive. The man ordered them to follow him. All followed him, and the girl asked if the hero's hands hurt and gave him a bandage. The hero did not understand why such kindness, but after the words that it is better if the hero cannot heal the wound he will lose, he agreed. The children arrived at the place. Everyone was surprised by the scale. The hero saw the bags with something inside and wanted to get closer to them. But suddenly the others pounced on each other, as they wanted to appropriate everything for themselves. The sacks turned out to be potatoes, and the children started fighting over this food. The man was delighted that the children were fighting like devils. He added a condition that if they couldn't get food they would skip dinner and spend the night in the water. A sack of potatoes was out of guarantee of safety. This was all watched by the hero's band. The guy himself was terrified. The kids were sent to the barracks. The man said this was their home. He gave them clothes and told them that they would always have to carry weapons, as well as strictly forbade them to wear shoes. The girls did not want to change clothes, and the man yelled at them. In the end, the girl who saved the hero undressed and began to change clothes. Everyone was surprised, but she did it quickly and looked determined. The man said that now there was no difference between them, and they were all the same. He was angry, and said the only rule was to obey. He said that the children had to obey all his orders. When the man left, he ordered the children to stand at attention and wait for him until the coach came. After standing still for a while, one boy started to move and talk. No one answered him, and he started harassing the others. Wang Dongsu said to be quiet as the coach ordered him to be quiet. The boy started to say that the trainer was not here, and he also said that he came here of his own free will because he wanted to become a warrior of the demonic cult. He paid attention to the hero mentioning that he was a tough guy who fought with the trainer when he tried to escape. Then he began to ask why he was silent. Wang Dongsu said not to argue. He started to say that he just wanted to be friends, and at that moment the coach came in. Everyone immediately stood still, and the man was angry because he gave an order, and the kids didn't follow it. Everyone was scared. The man ordered everyone who said a word to turn around. It turned out that only one hero did not dare to break the order. The teacher began beating the children with a whip. They were in incredible pain, and the hero was terrified. The teacher asked why one boy didn't turn around. The fact that the man was trying to be tricked made him angry, and said the boy was expelled. The boy started yelling about the influence of his parents. He said his mother was a princess of a demonic cult, and the man was silent. He said that since the kid was from an influential family, he should leave. The kid started to walk away saying something about how he should have been told right away. The coach said they had to keep quiet until they heard the whistle, and that they had a nice dinner waiting for them. Everybody was quiet, and the hero was thinking about why the kid got expelled. The children heard the whistle. They came out and saw the boy hanging over a precipice and bleeding. Everyone was very frightened. It turned out that the boy's tongue had been ripped out. There were sumptuous dishes on the table. Everyone was drooling. The teacher gave them half an hour to eat and drink as much as they wanted. Everyone pounced on the food and started eating hysterically. The kids ate. They only had half an hour. A child advised another to treat the whip wound. The one did not listen as he was busy eating, and the girl herself poured boiling water on the wound. The one began to scream, but the girl was proud of herself. She approached the hero and asked when he last ate. The girl did not understand why the guy eats only porridge, and he admitted that it reminded him of his family. The hero confessed that for several years they had no food and his family members had died. The other confessed that they had porridge. The girl was surprised that by eating only porridge the boy could grow up like that. He became proud and said that his father had killed a buffalo with his bare hands, without skills. He came to the beach because he couldn't eat porridge alone. He asked how the girl came to be here. She promised to tell him how they would join the division. The boy didn't understand, because he thought they were already among them. In fact, they hadn't even been enlisted yet. The children ate, and the boy wondered. He didn't know if they could get into the reserve. The girl said she didn't know, but she was sure that if they told anyone, they would try to kill each other. The teacher arrived and notified them that time was up. He said that the children would be able to sleep well tonight, and they should be grateful for that. The hero ran to the cliff to go to the toilet, and at the bottom he saw people in the water. He was terrified because it was very cold outside. The fat man came up and said that they would all die in the morning. The hero asked why the man went out since he could sleep. They talked about worrying about tomorrow and what would happen to them. A girl came up and said that Wang Dong-su was right. They should join forces to survive. The girl said that if they're okay with it, she'll figure it out. The girl told the plan. She was the fastest and intended to get 2 sacks of potatoes, and the guys should forget about the sacks and protect her. She said that if they trusted her, they would be fed. The hero decided to believe the girl. He also asked if she would cheat. The girl said they had to trust each other. They had to trust each other to survive. It was time for training. The teacher told them to watch and repeat after him. He swung and punched a hole in a tree. At the end, the children were placed according to the results of the drill. The test began, and the children rushed forward. A girl got to the potatoes, but an opponent appeared behind her. Fat saved her in time, and she collected 3 bags. One man broke through, but the hero pushed him away. The hero said that she must fulfill their promise, but it turned out that the girl lost 1 sack.